And just like that, it's over. The reboot that redefined midlife glam, modern love, and friendship in New York City is coming to a close. HBO Max has confirmed that, and just like that, the sequel to the legendary Sex and the City will wrap up with its third season. But don't worry, it's not over just yet. There's still a two-part finale headed your way. If you followed Carrie Bradshaw's journey, from the pages of her column to the heartbreak of Mr. Big, and now to her final chapter, you're going to want to stick around, because this final season is all about closure, reinvention, and full-circle moments. Before we dive into what you can expect from the series finale, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below. What's your all-time favorite Sex and the City moment? We'd love to hear it. All right, let's get into it. And just like that, debuted in December 2021, stepping into some iconic Manolo Blahniks to continue the saga of three beloved women, Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte. This wasn't just a nostalgia trip. It was a reimagining of what it means to be a woman in her 50s, living in one of the most electric cities on Earth. And for better or worse, it never held back. Now, showrunner Michael Patrick King has officially announced that Season 3 will be the end of the road. While writing the final episode, King said it became clear that this would be the perfect place to stop. He teamed up with Sarah Jessica Parker, HBO's Casey Bloys, and Sarah Aubrey to make the decision, and they didn't take it lightly. Here's the twist. The original episode order for Season 3 was 10 episodes, but once the decision was made to go out with a bang, it got bumped up to 12. The season will now conclude with a two-part finale. King and Parker kept the news under wraps until now, because they didn't want the final season announcement to overshadow the current run. Talk about dramatic timing. Classic Carrie Bradshaw. So what's happening in Season 3? Let's take a quick trip down memory lane first. In Season 1, we watched Carrie grieve the death of Mr. Big, setting a surprisingly somber tone that reminded fans this wasn't the Sex and the City of the early 2000s. Miranda, meanwhile, went through a personal and sexual awakening, entering a relationship with Che Diaz, a non-binary comedian played by Sarah Ramirez. And Charlotte? She leaned into motherhood, pushing against the boundaries of her traditional identity. Season 2 in 2023 shook things up again. Carrie reconnected with Aidan Shaw, her former fiancé, in a storyline that had longtime fans either screaming with excitement or cringing in disbelief. Miranda's relationship with Che deepened, but not without complications, and Charlotte found herself torn between career aspirations and family obligations. This third and final season takes everything even further. Carrie moves on, again, this time from Aidan. Her love life has always been central to the story, but this season feels more about self-realization than romance. She's stepping into her own, not as someone's wife, someone's ex, or someone's regret, but as herself. It's poetic if you think about it. A woman who spent decades writing about relationships ends her story finally at peace with being alone. Miranda, ever the rebel, is exploring new relationships after her breakup with Che. Her arc has been one of the most controversial. Some fans loved her evolution. Others felt she lost her spark. But one thing's for sure, Miranda's never been afraid to challenge expectations. And this season gives her space to rediscover her independence. Charlotte? She's still juggling it all. Motherhood, marriage, work, and that classic desire to make everything picture perfect. But with her kids growing up and her identity shifting again. We see her face the kind of internal battles that many moms face as they transition from full-time parenting to rediscovering personal passions. Of course, it wouldn't be in Just Like That without the fabulous supporting cast. In addition to Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and Kristin Davis, Season 3 features Mehcad Brooks, Jonathan Cake, Logan Marshall Green, Sarita Chowdhury, Nicole Ari Parker, David Eigenberg, Evan Handler, and so many more. Each of these characters has played a role in broadening the show's universe. While the original Sex and the City was often critiqued for being too homogeneous, this sequel made a conscious effort to bring in more diverse voices and perspectives. Whether or not it always stuck the landing, the intention was clear. This was a show about evolving. Behind the scenes, Michael Patrick King led the creative team with a mix of nostalgia and bold reinvention. Alongside him were executive producers Julie Rottenberg, Elisa Zaritsky, John Melfi, and of course, the core cast themselves, Parker, Nixon, and Davis, who each played a role in shaping their characters' fates. The show also served as a love letter to New York City, even as it shifted with the times. The fashion was still iconic, the brunches still aspirational, and the city's pulse still provided the perfect backdrop for stories about love, loss, friendship, and transformation. And while Kim Cattrall's Samantha Jones was noticeably absent throughout the series, she did pop in with a brief but memorable cameo that gave fans a touch of closure. Even though the real-life drama between cast members sometimes overshadowed the show, her legacy was never forgotten. So what can we expect from the two-part finale? While HBO Max hasn't dropped many spoilers, all signs point to a send-off that ties up loose ends while leaving a little room for interpretation. Will Carrie finally find lasting peace? Will Miranda start fresh in a way that sticks? Will Charlotte be okay letting go of perfection? One thing's for sure, fans are going to feel a lot of emotions. As we get ready to say goodbye, it's clear this series meant something different to everyone. For some, it was a nostalgic continuation of a world they grew up loving. For others, it was a bold new chapter, messy, imperfect, but deeply real. And for many, it was both. And Just Like That was never just a show about fashion and sex. It was about change, about how life doesn't stop surprising us, even when we think we've figured it all out. So whether you loved it, hated it, or just couldn't look away, this is a cultural moment worth acknowledging. So, what did And Just Like That mean to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about your favorite episodes, storylines, or even the moments that drove you crazy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the entertainment world. Thanks for watching, and just like that, we'll see you in the next one.